tie up, the fly we're tying up here is called a Sheep Creek Special. I've never fished this fly before. I'm tying it up because I got an email from someone who had been on my website and was just curious as to how to tie this fly, so I looked it up on the internet, see what it looks like. Pretty simple fly to tie from the looks of it, and so here it is. It's called the Sheep Creek Special. I think it's fished mostly in lakes as a streamer pattern. Looks kind of like an oversized Renegade a little bit. So it's just fished basically as an attractor pattern. Tying this one on a size 10 nymph hook, and I'm going to use black thread. So we'll go ahead and fasten down the thread. And I'll show you there's a couple of color variations you can do on this one, but this one here is just going to be the basic, most generic Sheep Creek Special. So we tie down our thread, bring it to the back. Going to tie in a piece of brown hackle at the back, and I've prepared this hackle already. I've pulled back to where we want it and trimmed off the tips, so we've got something to hold that hackle in place. And we're not going to move the thread up very far. Now we're just going to take and wrap the hackle, one wrap in front of the next. Make about 4 or 5 wraps, and then tie down your hackle. And the next thing we'll tie in is a piece of olive chenille, and this is small olive chenille. I don't usually like to use the big stuff. So we take and we pull back the fuzzy part off of this. We're just going to tie it down by the thread that's left over. And then take your thread and bring it up to right behind the eye. Now we'll wrap the chenille. My phone's ringing. I can wait. And go ahead and tie that down and trim it off. And the last thing we do, this is really a simple fly to tie. Last thing we're going to do is we're going to strip off a few strands of mallard flank. Here's my feather. And I'm just going to pull a few of those strands off, and that's what we'll tie in for our wings. You can tell that this is an older pattern from what I read on the internet. It looks a lot like the old school streamer patterns that you used to see, but sounds like it's a pretty good fly, so I might actually see if I can try to fish it. And fasten that down, throw in a little whip finish, and that's all there is to it. That is the Sheep Creek Special. Throw in a little head cement and a little epoxy on top of that to clean up the head a little bit, and that's all there is to it.